for him to cook. That's hearsay, I guess.
Hollywood has seen countless stars rise and fall, but perhaps none has been as complex, dramatic, and deeply divisive as the story of John Christopher Depp II, or Johnny Depp as we affectionately call him. An artist with unpredictable talent, a rebel against the norm, a pop culture icon, and then a name associated with global legal scandals. From the pinnacle of fame that every actor dreams of, Johnny Depp fell into the abyss of boycott and suspicion. The image of the mischievous, witty Captain Jack Sparrow, who once captivated millions of hearts, seemed to be overshadowed by dark accusations and bitter legal battles. His career, it seemed, had come to an end. However, rising from the ashes, Johnny Depp is continuing his story with a new chapter, a chapter of revival. How can a star rise from the ruins of fame? What is the truth behind the Hollywood curtains and tense courtrooms? Today, we will peel back the layers of the journey of Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp's beginnings were not tinged with the halo of cinema. Born in Owensboro, Kentucky, and raised in Miramar, Florida, young Johnny was a quiet, somewhat lost child in a family that was often disturbed by moves and the complicated relationship of his parents. His greatest passion, his only outlet at that time, was not acting, but music. The guitar his mother gave him when he was 12 opened up a new world. Music became the language for him to express himself. Depp dropped out of school at 16, dreaming of becoming a rock star with the band The Kids. They moved to Los Angeles with the hope of changing their lives, struggling with a difficult life, but the flame of passion never went out. It was during this period that fate arranged an unexpected encounter. People often say, opportunities come when we least expect them. Through his first wife, Lori Ann Allison, a makeup artist, Johnny Depp met Nicolas Cage, who was then a rising young actor. Cage not only saw potential in this carefree, romantic musician, but also sensed something special. "You should try acting," Cage suggested, a seemingly random suggestion, but it was a push that completely changed Johnny Depp's life. Cage introduced Depp to his agent. Although he had no acting experience, never thought he would be in front of the camera, Depp still decided to try his luck. Perhaps it was the instinct of someone who is always looking for different paths, or simply the curiosity of youth. And then, the first opportunity came. A small but memorable role in the classic horror film A Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984, directed by Wes Craven. Although it was only a supporting role, Depp's charisma and presence made an impression. The door to Hollywood, though only slightly opened, officially welcomed the musician from Florida. After a few other supporting roles, his big break really came in 1987 with the TV series 21 Jump Street. Playing the role of undercover cop Tom Hansen, Johnny Depp quickly became a phenomenon, a teen idol across America. His handsome face, deep eyes, and somewhat rebellious style, Depp had enough elements to make millions of young girls crazy. His posters appeared on their bedroom walls, and magazines featuring his picture sold well. The success of 21 Jump Street brought fame and money, but it also created a gilded cage that Depp felt suffocated in. He hated being framed in the image of a hot boy, a product manufactured by the entertainment industry. He craved more complex roles, real challenges for his fledgling acting ability. Depp rose strongly. He did not want to follow the path paved with roses but lacking depth. He wanted to break the image. The decision to abandon 21 Jump Street after 4 seasons of the film was a bold move, even considered reckless at that time. But it was the door that led Depp to a completely different world of cinema, where he could freely explore dark corners, strange characters, extraordinary stories. And the most important companion on this journey was director Tim Burton. The meeting between Johnny Depp and Tim Burton is likened to a spiritual resonance of two outsiders, two kindred spirits who love the strange, dark, and romantic. Edward Scissorhands, 1990, is the first work marking this fateful collaboration. Depp as Edward. This is not just a role, this is a statement. Depp has completely transformed from the image of a teen idol. He accepts to sacrifice his handsome appearance, portraying a character with few lines, mainly acting with eyes, gestures, and complex inner thoughts. Edward Scissorhands has become a cultural icon, a role. Classic touches the hearts of the audience with its fragility, loneliness, and unusual beauty. The film affirms Depp's true acting talent and opens a new era in his career, the era of unique roles. The collaboration with Tim Burton continues to flourish with a series of other unique works. In Ed Wood, 1994, then comes Sleepy Hollow, 1999. Not only confined to the world of Tim Burton, Depp also proves his versatility in acting through many other projects. He moved the audience to tears with his touching role in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, 1993. He ventures into the dangerous underworld in Donnie Brasco, 1997. He also did not hesitate to try his hand at edgy, eccentric roles such as journalist Hunter S. Thompson in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, 1998. Depp's acting style was defined, variable, somewhat exaggerated, but always containing psychological depth, a combination of technique and instinct that is difficult to mix. He did not just act, he lived with the character. In the early 2000s, Johnny Depp was already a respected actor in Hollywood, famous for his artistic and unique roles. However, he was not yet a true A-list star in the commercial sense, who could guarantee huge box office revenue. Everything changed forever when he took on a role that initially, many people, including Disney directors, felt skeptical about: Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, 2003. This pirate film project did not have too many expectations. The pirate genre had been stale and failed many times before, but Johnny Depp saw the potential to create a completely different character. He didn't want a stereotypical violent pirate. He wanted a Jack Sparrow who was mischievous, with a bit of a weird demeanor, a slurred speech, and relied more on luck and cunning than brute strength to get out of trouble. Depp drew inspiration from rock legend Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones and cartoon character Pepe Le Pew to create the character of Jack Sparrow. He added his own touches, from a drunken or constantly on-deck walk, exaggerated hand gestures, heavy eye makeup, and beads in his hair. This decision initially worried Disney producers. They didn't understand what Depp was doing. "He's ruining the movie!" one exclaimed. They feared that a main character that was too quirky and unpredictable would be difficult for the audience to accept. But Depp, with the courage of an artist who believed in his vision, steadfastly defended that choice, and the result exceeded all expectations. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, became a global box office hit, and the soul of the film was none other than Captain Jack Sparrow. Audiences not only accepted, but also went crazy for the uniqueness, humor, and strange charm of this character. Jack Sparrow is neither a typical hero nor a complete villain. He is an opportunist, selfish, but sometimes acts of unexpected chivalry. It is that complexity and unpredictability that creates an irresistible appeal. The role of Jack Sparrow brought Johnny Depp his first Oscar nomination for Best Actor, a prestigious recognition for a role that seemed to be just for entertainment. More importantly, it propelled him to new heights in his career, becoming a global superstar, one of the highest paid and most influential actors in Hollywood. The Pirates of the Caribbean series continued with many sequels, grossing billions of dollars and cementing Jack Sparrow's iconic status, as well as Johnny Depp himself. In addition to the resounding success of Pirates of the Caribbean, Depp maintained a strong creative relationship with Tim Burton. They continued to collaborate on many projects such as Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, 2005, Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, 2007, a role that earned Depp a Golden Globe and another Oscar nomination, Alice in Wonderland, 2010. Each time they reunited, they brought magical worlds and unique characters. The close friendship between Depp, Burton, and actress Helena Bonham Carter, Burton's longtime partner and Depp's co-star, became a special power trio in the film industry. Together, they created their own cinematic universe where unlimited creativity and a love for the different were celebrated. This period marked the glorious peak of Johnny Depp's career. He had it all: fame, money, critical recognition, the love of a global audience, and the freedom to pursue projects he was passionate about. He was an undeniable force in Hollywood, a symbol of uniqueness and success. But as the cruel law of life, after the peak, the uphill is often the downhill. And darkness has begun to creep in, waiting for the opportunity to cover this brilliant star. Amidst the whirlwind of fame and eccentric roles, there is a peaceful and admirable silence in Johnny Depp's life. It is the 14-year relationship with French singer and actress Vanessa Paradis. They met in 1998 and quickly became one of the most beautiful couples in the entertainment industry. Unlike the fleeting love affairs often seen in Hollywood, the relationship between Depp and Paradis seems to be a peaceful oasis. They choose a private life, spending most of their time in France, away from the scrutiny of the media. Together, they built a home, welcoming two little angels. Daughter Lily Rose Melody Depp, born in 1999, and son John Christopher Jack Depp III, born in 2002. During this period, Johnny Depp's image was not only associated with tough roles, but also that of a family man, a devoted father. He often shared about his love for his children and the positive changes that his family brought. Vanessa Paradis seemed to be a solid anchor, helping him balance between the glamorous world of Hollywood and everyday life. Many people believe that this was the most stable and happy period for Depp. He participated in a number of French films, learned French, and seemed to find true peace with his small family. But that peace did not last forever. In 2012, the news that Johnny Depp and Vanessa Paradis had broken up after 14 years together caused regret for fans. The reason was not clearly announced, but many speculated that the pressure of fame and differences in lifestyle had eroded their feelings. Not long after that, Johnny Depp made public his relationship with young actress Amber Heard. They met on the set of The Rum Diary, 2011. Amber Heard's charm, youthfulness, and somewhat rebelliousness seemed to attract Depp. They married in February 2015 in a private wedding on Depp's private island in the Bahamas. But this marriage quickly became the center of the media, not because of romance, but because of controversy and turmoil. Just 15 months after the wedding, in May 2016, Amber Heard filed for divorce and also requested a temporary restraining order against Johnny Depp, accusing him of physical and mental abuse throughout their relationship. Heard provided pictures of her bruised face as evidence. This was the beginning of the darkest chapter in Johnny Depp's life and career. The legal battle between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard is not simply a celebrity divorce. It quickly escalated into a brutal media and legal battle that exposed the shocking and naked underbelly of their relationship. The divorce was initially settled in August 2016, with Depp agreeing to pay Heard $7 million, which she said she would donate to charity. It seemed like the end of it, but it wasn't. The smoldering fire erupted into a full-blown conflagration in 2018 when Amber Heard wrote an op-ed in the Washington Post. While not naming Johnny Depp, Heard described herself as a public figure who has championed domestic violence. The article came amid the rise of the Me Too movement and was almost immediately interpreted as a reiteration of Heard's allegations against Depp. The move sparked a costly and protracted series of lawsuits. First, Johnny Depp sued the British newspaper The Sun for libel for calling him a wife-beater in a 2018 article. The case took place at the London High Court in the summer of 2020. During the weeks-long trial, shocking details of the couple's toxic relationship were made public. Hateful text messages, abusive language, Allegations of out-of-control alcohol and drug use, violent arguments, and even bizarre stories like peeing in bed. However, both sides' accounts were contradictory and controversial. In November 2020, a British court ruled against Johnny Depp. The judge concluded that what the Sun wrote was substantially true based on 12 of the 14 abuse allegations made by Heard. This was a devastating blow to Depp's reputation and career. The British ruling had immediate repercussions. Just days later, Warner Bros. Ordered Johnny Depp to drop his role as the dark wizard Gellert Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts series, a spin-off of the Harry Potter universe. Despite having only filmed one scene for the third film, The Secrets of Dumbledore, Depp was forced to leave the project and was replaced by Mads Mikkelsen. His image as a wife-beater, confirmed by the British court, made him too big a risk for a major studio like Warner Bros., especially in a sensitive era on social issues. Disney, which profited enormously from the role, and Jack Sparrow, also quickly distanced himself. Although there was no official announcement about completely removing Depp from the iconic role, producer Jerry Bruckheimer admitted that Depp's future with the Pirates of the Caribbean series was uncertain at that time. Other potential film projects were also gradually frozen. Johnny Depp, from the position of an irreplaceable superstar, suddenly faced the risk of being cancel culture by the very industry that once honored him. His public image was seriously damaged. Public opinion was divided. Some believed Amber Heard's story and the British court's verdict, considering Depp an abuser who needed to be condemned. Another group, including a large number of loyal fans, still believed in his innocence, believing that he was the victim of a plan to destroy his reputation and that the British verdict was unfair. The bitter defeat in the British court seemed to have closed the door on Johnny Depp's career, but he did not give up. Believing that the truth had not been fully revealed and that his reputation had been unfairly damaged by Amber Heard's editorial, Depp decided to pursue another lawsuit, this time in the United States. In 2019, Johnny Depp filed a defamation lawsuit against Amber Heard in Fairfax, Virginia, where the Washington Post's servers are located, seeking $50 million in damages. He alleged that Heard's 2018 article, which did not name him, clearly and falsely implied that he was a domestic abuser, causing serious harm to his reputation and career. Amber Heard then countersued Depp for defamation through statements made by his lawyer, seeking $100 million in damages. The Depp v. Heard lawsuit in the U.S., which took place in the spring of 2022, became a global media phenomenon, attracting unprecedented attention. The 6-week trial turned into a media circus. Social media exploded with cutouts, memes, analysis, and comments from millions of people, showing the deep polarization of public opinion. On June 1, 2022, after many days of intense deliberation, the jury issued its final verdict. They declared Amber Heard liable for defamation of Johnny Depp in an editorial in the Washington Post on all 3 counts of the lawsuit. The jury ordered Heard to pay Depp $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages, later reduced by the judge to $350,000 under Virginia law. The jury also found Depp liable on one of 3 counts in Heard's counterclaim regarding statements made by his former lawyer, and ordered Depp to pay Heard $2 million. However, the final result was seen as a resounding victory for Johnny Depp. Not only did the verdict give him significant compensation, but more importantly, it was vindication, a confirmation from the jury that he had been defamed. Johnny Depp, who was not present in court when the verdict was read, made an emotional statement on social media. 6 years ago, my life, the lives of my children, the lives of those closest to me, and the lives of those who have supported and believed in me over the years were forever changed. The jury gave me my life back. I am truly grateful. The legal victory in the U.S. opened a new chapter of hope for Johnny Depp. Although the road ahead is still full of challenges, The doors to Hollywood seem to have begun to open again for him. Immediately after the trial, Depp quickly returned to work. He appeared in style at the 2023 Cannes Film Festival to promote the French film Jeanne du Barry, in which he plays King Louis XV. The film was chosen to open the prestigious film festival, marking Depp's official return to the international big screen. Although the film received mixed reviews, Depp's presence at Cannes was a strong signal that he was ready to return. In addition to returning to acting, Depp also returned to his passion for directing. He announced the film project Maudit, a biopic about Italian painter Amedeo Modigliani, with the legendary Al Pacino as producer and actor. Working again with Al Pacino, his former co-star in Donnie Brasco, and taking on the role of director after many years, since The Brave in 1997, shows that Depp's confidence and artistic ambition have returned. In addition, other independent and European film projects have also begun to come to him, such as the supernatural horror film Day Drinker. It seems that Depp is choosing a more cautious direction, focusing on art projects and markets outside of Hollywood to gradually rebuild his career. Equally important, Johnny Depp has found joy and connection with audiences through music. He actively tours with the band Hollywood Vampires, logically, including veteran rock bandmates like Alice Cooper and Joe Perry. On stage, guitar in hand, Depp looked energetic and happy. Music, his first love, seemed to be the medicine that helped him overcome difficult times and find himself again. His passionate performances were his direct way of thanking the support of fans, who have always stood by him in his darkest moments. Johnny Depp's career is on the rise. The success of this comeback will take time to assess, but clearly, he has weathered the biggest storm. He fought to regain his name, and now he is working hard to prove that his talent and passion for art are still intact. Johnny Depp's journey is a dramatic epic about glory and abyss, about extraordinary talent and the complex, dark corners of humanity. What do you think of this star? Please leave your comments below. We hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you in the next videos. Bye.